Come back, and it's wow, it's so full. Olivia's here, nice. Let's listen into the conversation. Elena, you look like you're chewing a bee. Out with it. What's on your mind? You should not be taking this case on by yourself, Hugo. I know it. The constabulary knows it. And I think, deep down, even you know it. Nonsense. I'm more than capable, as my record can attest. With the help of my, things? Evidence I collected? I don't think you'd want anyone eyeing that record too closely, Detective. I'm a proud member of the Bukovi police force and I have nothing to be ashamed of. I've solved plenty of crimes more heinous than this. My record includes over 15 arrests of murderers and serial killers. Were many of those in Bukovi? No one is questioning your record when you were back in Belgium. I became a detective and that promotion was not achieved by making friends or favoritism, believe me. I do. But Hugo, even your fellow officers have partners. I know you found it difficult here in Sada. The difficulty has come from many sources, not least the interference of a high-profile board meddler who thinks she still has what it takes to investigate at the highest level despite her retirement. You go too far, Detective Mertens. I am a civilian, a private investigator, and a former member of the constabulary. I deserve a little more respect. Yes you do. I take that back. But why do you aggravate me so? You know there's no one in the force I care to work with. The feeling is mutual. Where do I turn? Why not enlist a civilian again? Someone smart, savvy, and maybe someone a little better with people. You could focus on the deduction. You've done it before. The bartender. I noticed you were quick to swoop in and recruit my informant. But no, this one I must handle alone. Can't go begging for a civilian every time I need help. Neither should you. They don't have the same protections we do. Nonsense. It takes a strong man to admit he needs help, Hugo. A weak man flounders in silence until he sinks. I will choose to construe your words as concern rather than critique. Good, that's what I intend. Still, I must stand on my own 2 feet. You should keep your nose out of this too, Mrs. Ernest. Enjoy your drink and leave the police work to the police. Well. Lukas and Björn. You look smart today. Did you go home and change after work? Aye, obviously. Well, you look the same as always. Can hardly come to your fancy speakeasy in my overalls, covered in oil and dirt. I'd be a right scene in here. I didn't know you were overalls. What color? White. What did you think I wore? A smart 3-piece suit like you wear in a bank? I've just never seen any overalls in your apartment. I put them in a laundry and have a bath as soon as I got home. I think I'd like to see you in your pristine white overalls. Overalls? Why are those overalls white though? They stain so easily. Would ya? Aye. They don't stay clean for long. I thought you'd like me in this new shirt you got me. Björn, I don't care what you wear, as long as you're happy. Though a man in a uniform is always a fine thing to see. Overalls aren't a uniform. I think anything we wear to work is a uniform. You're a funny fellow. You'll make a woman a fine husband one day. I hate it when you say that. Aye, but I love teasing her. So you have to learn to live with it. And me. Perhaps. But let me see you in this overall sometime, okay? Fine. You can do my laundry on Thursday night and see me in them Friday morning. Ooh. Are you going to stay the night? Alright. Olivia. Evening, partner. What a sanctuary this is. The media circus has been exhausting. I'm so glad to relax here with a drink. Alright, let's get your drink. Wait, I don't have your favorite. Ah, it seems my usual favorite's off the menu this time around. What a bother. Let me have another look then. Oh, partner, you shouldn't have. What's wrong? Oh, she likes me. Why, I'm honored you name a drink after me. I'll have that one if you don't mind. Right, you're welcome. Wait, what? Femme fatale? Or drama queen? It could be both. On the other hand, she already knows the femme fatale. So drama queen it is, I guess? For her love in the opera? In her plays? Maybe? Perfection! This was surely mixed by the goddess herself. Of course. Are you okay after the accident? Why, yes, darling. Of course it was upsetting, but I've been through a lot. You didn't get to where I am in life without seeing a drop of blood spilled here or there. Well, as long as you're okay. Okay? No, darling, not at all. I stabbed the man on stage. The world does not understand. What am I to do? Do they think I should don black and abandon my career, friends, my life? Olivia shudders. Her eyes are glassy, but with a steady breath she smiles. It's a smile she has likely worn like an armor all her life. Sometimes we see things we think are beyond what we can bear, but we think there's a limit to the horrors we can endure. But darling, if life has taught me one thing, it is this. We endure. I don't want to think about what happened to Stavros. I have not yet begun to accept this loss. But accept it I shall. In time, I will move on. I will endure. But until then, let me drink and dance and share my time with friends and friendly strangers. Tears can wait. They're going nowhere, and neither am I. A strong woman. Let's ask about... Oh, there's so much I can ask you. About the backstage staff, fight, about butting heads with Reese, about the callback. Let's talk about the callback. Oh yes, Lawrence gave me the whole spiel when he first contacted me, going on about circularity and his artistic vision, and returning to his roots as an auteur and all that. Pompous claptrap, of course. But I suppose it did work on me. What can I say? Even I am not above good old flattery. And of course, the allure of a starring role in a production as culturally significant as this. You had your reservations. Yes, well, there's no point in bringing up the past now. Let's just say the production of Crossing wasn't always smooth sailing. And Lawrence runs a rather loose ship as it is. Let's see. The threats. Well, Effia must have misheard. I'm sure we were simply doing some impromptu line reads or some such. I don't remember that in the script. Must you really pull at every loose thread? Fine, yes. I suppose he may have said something along those lines. Honestly, he said rather a lot of ghastly things. He was often in the mood, and he never passed up the chance to make it someone else's problem. Usually mine. Happy now? Don't think I enjoy speaking ill of the dead. Stavros had his problems, I am sure. But being irritable doesn't mean he deserved to die. Oh, I could ask about his blacklisting. Blacklisted. I didn't keep up with Stavros' career enough to notice his absence from the stage, but now that you mention it, so it wasn't you. Do you think it's possible? Oh yes, it most certainly is. The theatre industry in Bukovi is a grand and bustling one, alright, but everyone knows it's the movers and shakers at the very center that hold the real power. Once your reputation is tarnished in their eyes, yes, it very well could be the end. What could have caused it? I haven't the foggiest, darling, but I'll tell you this. Controversy tends to slide off handsome young men like water off a duck's back. If whatever he did raised enough of a stir to have actual consequences, well, let's just say he likely deserved it. Bye-bye. We haven't found anything out. Let's take the ones who have nothing to do with the case. Evening. A drink. A drink for our favorite customer. Let's see. I don't need to get you drunk. I only need to get Effie drunk. But she's not here today, is she? Unfortunately. Okay. I don't really have anything to talk to you about. Oh wait, did Olivia come by to tamper with the knife? Don't take my word for it, but you may be underestimating the technical know-how that would go into tinkering with a gadget like that. Yeah, same. That's why I asked if she came by. Okay. Okay, sit down again. I don't really have anything to talk about with you. No offense. Hello, Lucas. Oh, seems like my old favorite is no longer on the menu. Ah, well, I trust you'll find something else I can appreciate. Coffee, of course. There's nothing to talk to you about. Wait, why did he say that when I already know his favorite? Huh. He was also already here before, wasn't he? What the heck? Alright. Do you know Olivia? I don't know, that sounds like a rather far-fetched theory to me, but what do I know? You should probably ask Reese about this sort of thing. They would know who could have tampered with the props. Business... yeah, okay. Thank you for the tip. Yes, I have to ask Reese. True, true. Do you know Stavros is of the working class? I'm surprised you got that out of him. To be honest, usually very protective of people's private affairs. But yes, Stavros was a metal worker. I'm sure you can imagine why he kept that a secret. I still remember the first time we walked past a poster for Dalliance. Björn turned to me and said, "That's funny. That looks like a fella from work. He's even got the same name. What are the chances?" He had no idea the man was once an actor. He's so amusing. Okay, nothing really. Maybe he knows about the star couple? Yeah, okay. Set your ass down. Reese, I have a question. Here I am again. Of course. Let me ask. Olivia's sabotage. Olivia took a dagger home to sabotage it. That's a very imaginative story. Or perhaps the dagger obtained self-awareness and flew away? That seems just as likely. You don't think it's possible? I'm not the president of Olivia's fan club, but I do not consider her capable of such a macabre act. Cold-blooded murder on the stage in front of hundreds is beyond her. So my answer is this. No, I do not think she sabotaged the blade. As well as lacking the temperament for such an act, she lacks the skill too. While I may not have always enjoyed working with her, these sorts of accusations are ones I'd gladly testify against. Oh, we have a defense. Not just for her sake, but also to protect the craft of prop masters around the world. I refuse to let the public believe any spoiled diva could recreate our trade. Okay, that's more like you. You don't need to be drunk? So we make you like us instead. Okay, we got Olivia off the table. Now we need to know more about Effia. Is it the same thing with what's she called again? The last one again? Any hobbies, Reese? Vampires. What? Vampires. What are vampires? I'm a member of a club that discusses and investigates such fascinating and macabre phenomena. Doing so is my hobby. My current fascination is blood-sucking fiends. Why vampires? Why not? What could be more fascinating than pale creatures of the night skulking around after midnight, stalking hapless, wayfish maidens and feckless young men who cannot fathom the depth of a deathless creature's remorseful and passionate despair. Huh? We could pretend indifference to the concept of a fallen eternal monster, a beast consumed by its lustful desire to prey on the innocent and pure. That is fascinating, I guess. I'm glad you agree. Not everyone in Bukovi shares our fascination with tales and stories, true or otherwise, of macabre beasts and dark deeds by moonlight. So, vampires are real? Who am I to say? There are certainly enough stories. Rumors and whispers mix with superstition to create an uncertain but delicious cocktail. Right. Do not give me that look. I am accustomed to it. What look? The look that you give fool when given to ridiculous flights of fancy. Nosferatu are simply my creatures of interest at the moment. Are they real or interesting stories? Is there some element of truth and mythology? In all our tales of macabre horror, is there not an element of universal primal fear and therefore authenticity at the root? Yeah, true. There's always, in stories, there's always some truth to it. When we read stories, especially a tale of horror, we create new memories, but memories of things which did not happen. How dull would our lives be if the only memory we had were of things we had seen, people we had met, and places we had been? Stories let us go beyond ourselves, to remember the lives of others, real and imagined, and to bask in the experience. And right now, the experiences I want to create are about vampires. I hope I made some kind of sense to you. I understand? Yes, I think you do. I'm never sure what kind of topics to discuss. If he is so macabre horror enjoyer, then that would make him more likely to commit murder, actually. What can I ask? This came out of Reese, right? This clue. Callback? Look at my expression. Do I look like I know what you're talking about? Okay, sit down first. Let me ask the others first. Killian? I don't really have anything to talk to you about. Except for making sure that we're best friends. Maybe he can actually defend Reese? Let's see. What do you say about him? Aha! See, this is why you should come straight to me with these kind of inquiries. I was on the front show of that spectacle, and I can tell you right now, you have been duped, Bartender. Oh, you know more? Whoever claims Stavros was killed with a stage prop is obviously trying to frame the prop master. It was a real knife, alright? I saw it. You're absolutely certain. Of course! I have hands-on experience as a thespian, you know? Thespian. I did a little amateur theater when I was 7, mostly because it was fun to dress up and it let me spend time with a girl I really liked. Anyway, What I'm saying is, I've held a sage prop before. There's no way you could kill a man with a papier mâché like that. This one was real metal. I saw it up close. I think prop daggers were metal. Really? But that's foolish. Someone could get hurt. Hey, take it up with Reese. Ah, I thought we had something there. An absolute scoundrel! He sits right next to you. Tossing Reese out on the street like that. Does he have any idea how hard this is for a young person to find gainful employment these days? I suppose the two of us are in the same boat then. Perhaps we can go together. Lucky for Reese, I have a lot of experience with unemployment. I can offer up my wisdom. Wow. Good luck. Will he have anything more to tell me? Let's get you... Wait, do I have to get him drunk? What do I want to ask? What do you think about Reese being the killer? By Trotsky, so they admit it. I'd had out hope for the lad, but of course only Reese would be capable of such a fiendish manipulation. But between you and me, I did always find them a rather off-putting little creature, don't you agree? Let's just agree so he can talk, so he talks more. Well, in any case, I'm sure the police will be relieved to see this horrible case wrapped up so quickly. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Oh, you are... mean. Is it actually bad that I get him a drink where he's... Is he drunk? I think so, right? Maybe he talks less then? Don't know. Alright. Prop fiend, do you know about that? Oh, is that why? I always assumed making multiple copies was just busy work for them, and a rather frivolous use of our budget too. But I didn't question it. Reese always was a rather odd drug after all. Or perhaps a bad would be more apt comparison. That's it. Did you know he was of the working class? Oh, hush now! Don't go spreading it around, will you? I see no need to sully the man's memory with such unflattering information. Leave him his dignity. He gave his life to the stage and died a true thespian. That is how he would have wanted to be remembered, not as some laborer. So you knew about this? Of course I knew. Have you any idea of the Herculean effort it took to even find him there? And to make matters worse, I couldn't convince him to quit. Said he wanted security and all that of that hogwash. I was more adventurous at his age. I took care to hide that shameful little factoid from the press, and I intend to keep it that way. So keep it to yourself. Aha. He's a weirdo, right? Goldsmith? Come now, you're not trusting the judgment of some grubby factory worker on Stavros' character, are you? But Stavros was a factory worker. That was only a temporary setback in a man's life. I'm sure this Björn is merely trying to slander his good name out of envy. Stavros was on the rise once more. I don't know about that. Okay, we didn't find anything. He's just blabbering. Okay, so the last one with Reese. We could ask about Effia, but isn't that too much? Well, he won't tell, will he? Let's ask. Considering this is supposed to be a well-kept secret, I really can't fathom why you thought appropriate to tell me. Because you can keep a secret. I didn't tell anyone else. I didn't expect much discretion from the likes of Lawrence, but I would have thought you would hold people's privacy in higher regard. Are we not having this conversation within a nightcap yours secret? Good point. Sorry. Oh, he's... I trusted you to keep the secret. He won't know anything about them being together. Alright. So, how's job hunting going? It is going, and it is not really any of your business. Reese remains reserved. A bit of alcohol might loosen the tongue, but you should probably be careful not to overdo it. Ah, okay. So he needs to be tipsy. I suppose it was to be expected. Not every theory will pan out. What matters is that we follow the evidence, rather than our preconceptions. Even if in Olivia's case, those preconceptions were very much on the mark. I'm sure Miss Carmine would be relieved to hear she's off the list of suspects, but let's be kind and keep the reason why between us, huh? Okay, nothing new to add. Do we have anything to talk to you about? Vague threats? Only a complete lunatic would threaten a woman, no matter what they argued about. That is never acceptable behavior for any gentleman. If only I had been here and there, I would have gladly protected her myself, and none of this would have happened. It's a nice thought. Okay, he doesn't know, and he has to get back. Alright. Maybe the STAC has something? No. How are you, Olivia? Okay, same as always. Okay, let's leave. That's it for today. Let's see. So we can get her off the table. And then we have nothing else, actually. Okay, nothing. Oh, scripted demise. If you specifically created scenes in Dalliance where the characters played by Olivia and Stavros die, could she have orchestrated these events to allow her to commit murder? Or what kind of motive would she have? This doesn't make any sense. Maybe she was in love with Stavros. nothing. Well, at least I got one more thing. We need to collect more. I have to know more. Except for... How would she be able to... Does she have knowledge of toolsmithery? I could ask Reese about it. She is a stagehand. Maybe she knows something. Alright. Back to it. And I will close it here. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.